Είναι μεγάλη μας τιμή που ο Νίκολας συνεργάζεται με το QLS και με την ομάδα πρεσβευτών ενάντια στο σχολικό εκφοβισμό. Ο Νίκολας είναι ένας νεαρός 13 χρονών και την χάνει να έχει λάβει πολλά σημαντικά βραβεία γιατί έχει ένα όνειρο. Το όνειρό του αυτό είναι να βοηθάει τους ανθρώπους να γίνονται αποδεκτοί μέσα στην κοινωνία στην οποία ζούμε για ακριβώς αυτό που είναι και αισθάνονται. Η αντίληψη του Νίκολας για τη ζωή είναι να αποδεκτούμε ο ένας τη διαφορετικότητα του άλλου, όποια και αν είναι αυτή. Θεωρεί ότι αυτό είναι το πρώτο μεγάλο βήμα ώστε να φτιάξουμε ένα καλύτερο κόσμο. Ο Νίκολας έχει πάθος για δύο πράγματα, την ισότητα και την καλοσύνη, και συνεχώς κάνει εκστρατείες μέσω της ζωγραφικής του, τραγουδώντας και παρουσιάζοντας ομιλίες, ενθαρρύνοντας τους ανθρώπους να γίνονται καλύτεροι. Δίχως άλλη καθυστέρηση, ας καλωσορίσουμε τον Νίκολας. Without further delay, allow me to welcome Nicholas.
I'd like to say how privileged I am to be a part of Tasmania Schools with Fred, and he's an absolutely amazing person, and it's such an honour to be a part of QLS Festival 2020. Now, I just would like to point out that 300 anti-bullying ambassadors is just an amazing and phenomenal amount of youths today that Fred has managed to bring together and make this amazing team, and he has done an amazing job. And so I'll start with my speech. And for the first opening question, it's, do we have a fear of our expectations of hope? Now, sometimes our expectations of hope is sometimes unreachable. And one of the most important strengths in life is hope itself. Because hope can help you mentally, and it can make you so much happier, and it can make you feel more positive as well. It also helps you control your emotions, and it boosts your immune system and how you feel and how happy you are. Now, we all make choices in our lives, and I feel like the words that we all come back to is hope as well. And each of every one of these choices that we make define who we become ultimately. And see, I must note that not everyone has control of their choices, but one thing they can't take away from that individual person, and one thing that we will always have a right to, is hope. Now, also, I'm so proud to be a part of the Children's Rights Defender charity in Cyprus, and for Hope for Children. And this is very amazing award for me, and it is such a massive impact on all of the campaigns that I do for equality and anti-bullying. And of course, being a part of Princess Diana's legacy is amazing, and it was such an amazing honour to be at the Princess Diana Legacy Award in 2017, where we first heard of Fred and all of the amazing work that he's doing with all of his team. Now, Diana Awards believes in every child that they are equal regardless of their platform, and that we are all equal and have our special thing that we can bring to the table, and that we're all unique in our own ways. Now, Princess Diana has left a legacy of love, kindness and compassion because of her belief that young people can change the world. And a big part of her entire the thing that she lived by was hope. And now we hope that we have the choice to wake up and to be happy or sad. We have an endless choice that we make in a day, and making these choices is ultimately who we become. Now, we have endless choices, and I'm sure many people don't even realize that we see these as choices, and we can sometimes get caught up in the hardships of life without actively realizing that choices can get us out of those hardships. Now, some hope for the next meal on the table, some hope for a better life, some hope for a cure to these diseases that are going around in the world. But we have to be mindful that if we can do one small act of kindness to help them achieve their hope and their dream, then their expectations of hope becomes a reality. Now, at my lowest point, I'd wish I was never born because of bullying that I've received, but I am proud that I had the courage to prevail from that. And it must have been for a reason. Now, I had hoped that I would be seen as normal in the community that I lived in. And with the help of people around me, that hope became a reality. But this was not without a choice or without courage. I was lost in the fears of my mind, and I didn't realize that I had a choice to change my circumstance. Now, when people ask me, how did you get through what you did? I say hope. Now, in these difficult times, past, present, and the ones that will come in the future, all we have to fall back on is hope. So my thought on this is, when you think about when you're born and your parents or carers have hope for all of your dreams to come true, and they were always there for you. But what does hope really mean to someone as a person? We can say it quite lightly without the full meaning of its context, but never in my time have my parents has it been more important to understand what hope truly means. Now, we have a pollution of unkindness in this world facing us in every single day. Now, we hope for global peace, our environment to be healthy, equality, and everyone to have the same access to the good things in life that can make us truly happy. Now, ambition, desire, aspiration. All of these words are what we want to do or have in life, but they all lead to one word, a word that many of us in the past, the present, and will have in the future, and we will all hope. Now, we all hope for something, even though you may deny it, we all hope for something will or something had happened, because hope is one of the things we don't realize we do. Now, I know if you've seen any of my speeches, I do say it a lot and it may seem boring, but there are some words like I live by, and some quotes, and like choosing what to do, dreaming for the things that you want and the actions that you take. All of these words lead to hope. Now, in my life and my journey, I've met so many amazing people, and I hope I can be like them. I've missed on so many opportunities due to anxiety and my confidence, and I hope I could overcome it. And you can hope to do an activity in life or to try and be like someone. But as much as hope is important, and I've said that before, it's very easy to do. Now, what is hard is to actually take that hope to the next step, to take that dream to the next step and actually take action on it and be something of yourself. Hope is very important to have, but if you don't do anything about it, what is the point of hoping anyway? If you hope to go, let's say, to the moon, you can't just wait and let it happen. You must actively do something about it. Now, I hope for equality in nearly every way, and I actively campaigned for equality for the years, from a very young age as well. And I never thought I'd be with the first child with a birthmark on the face of kinder, a couple years back. Um, you know, you must stand out from other people, because nobody has ever achieved something by blending in. You have to be the next you. Now, you must stand up from other people. Frederick Bantings and his team hoped to make a revolutionary change in medical history, and they did when they discovered insulin and purified it, and it saved countless lives, including my sister's. And Einstein's theory of relativity made the world's most famous equation, E equals mc squared, and it brought on the idea of the GPS system and most of our electronics that we use today without using of fossil fuels. Now, it was people like these and many more who had hope and stood by it, no matter how many people said they couldn't do it, and they made that difference. These people are the people that can change the world. And you have to realize, if we hope, we can all achieve whatever we want. And if we just go to that extra step, and if we truly dedicate time and effort to the things that we want, we can achieve it. And these people are people who have changed the world. And if it weren't for these people who wouldn't step out of their comfort zone, if it wasn't for hope, millions of lives were never going to be affected in such a good way. And it all started from that time when they hoped. All they needed to do then was to make it a reality. Now, we should all have the same exact access and equality when we have this feeling, but the question above makes me weigh even more deeper. You see, hope arrives every time you wake up from a better way forward for all mankind, an equal rights that is rich in love, kindness, and hope. We all make choices in our lives, and every one of them shapes who we become. And, you know, example, there are vulnerable people in this world that might not control their choices, but they can hope. Now, we have an endless choice to wake up, to be happy or sad. We have an endless choice to make in a day. Now, making these choices is crucial to who we ultimately become. Now, I'm sure we don't even recognize these as choices, but we can sometimes get caught up in the hardships of life without realizing these choices can affect us and those in our communities. At my lowest point, I said this before, but I wish I was never born, but I'm proud that I managed to go through that with choice. I know it took a long time for me to realize that I had a choice, but once you do, and once you get that support from your peers or your family, it just becomes so much easier from then. Now, I say choice is also an important thing that we have to realize we can do as well. Now, CCA have been there for me to support me by actively having me as an accredited motivational speaker to advocate for children and adults with facial differences. Now, they saw my hope and my ambition and my desire and aspiration. Now, what is the foundation of human rights and equality? Now, everyone has dignity and value, and one of the fundamental ways we can recognize every worth of a person is by acknowledging and fully respecting their human rights. And it is these values that are concerned with equality and fairness, recognition of freedom of choices, and how we can develop our potential as human beings to be better for the future generations and to make this world a better place. Now, the foundation of this is to live a life free from fear, harassment, or discrimination so we can develop organically. Having human rights is universal. It is categorically is all of our human rights, and we are all born with them. Every single one of us, and there are almost 8 billion people in this world, and we are all different and unique, and belief that give to the world. And my vision has always been for all individuals in society to be accepted for who they are, and not what's on the outside, but what's on the inside. And if we do embrace each other's differences, the world would be a better place. And for a long time, I asked and searched what I believe defines us as human beings, and all our answers may be different. But I believe what defines us is the dreams we have and our actions to make that dream a reality. Now, my vision for the world is we need kindness. Now, this is why we are on earth, and this is to give our whole self. And we have to make it better for our current generation right now, as we're going through a very difficult time with coronavirus affecting everyone on this planet in some way, shape, or form. And we have to make it better. We have to try and spread a little kindness because our blood does not discriminate. We can be from opposite sides from the world, but we are all human and we are deep down all of the same. But I often ask other people, do you realize how powerful you can be as a human being and the privilege you hold, and for something that we can take granted daily, and that is choice. Now, our outlook on life is a choice. Being hopeful for the future is a choice. Being respectful is a choice. Showing love and kindness is a choice. Life is not perfect, but every single day we do have a choice. A choice to be better than the day you were before. When they ask you, do you make your choices wisely? You need to ask yourself, do you wake up every single day and accept the way things are? Or do you actively make a change to make it better for not only yourself, but the community around you? I am very privileged to have a choice and to have that hope and dream to achieve what I want, but it's not taken for granted about what I'm doing, and it has taken a long journey. But if you are willing to risk all that you have to make your dream a reality, then it will surely happen. Because I hope you do achieve your dreams in life. And if every one of us advocated for kindness, then this will have a snowball effect, and I guarantee there will be more peace in this world. And making choices that will not only benefit ourselves, but those around us every day is a privilege in itself. And I would like to point out that we are so fortunate to be granted our human rights today without fear and with freedom to be amongst one another. See, I do owe a lot of what I do to courage, because I wouldn't be here without courage. I wouldn't see the world in how I see it today. It inspired me. And a quote I repeat on all of my speeches is, it resonates with my heart and mind, is, if we wait to do everything for everybody rather than something for somebody, nothing will be done for nobody. All our lives have a purpose, and the impact we have on others stretches further than what we can imagine. And even through the smallest acts of kindness, we can make an impact that can affect countless people and those around us. Now, all of our lives have a meaning, and I strongly believe in the role model, Princess Diana, because everyone needs to be valued. Everyone has the potential to give something back. It was also Princess Diana's belief that young people can change the world, and they have the power to change the world for the better. So if we identify and develop young people, then engage them in social action, this world will be a better place and a happier place to live in. This is why institutions like Hope for Children are so important, in which the institution was established on the standards of the UN Convention of Children in 1989. Governments across the world adopted the United Nations Convention on Rights of the Child, UNCRC, recognizing that all children have the right to be treated with dignity and fairness, to be protected, to develop their full potential, and to participate. Now, it is very important for children and young people to learn about this and understand their rights as well, who is responsible for making rights a reality. Governments, schools, the media, and all adults should help us with this. Now, all adults and those in a position of responsibility have a duty to children to ensure that they are protected and can maximize their potential for the future, not only achieve their dreams, but for them to have a positive impact on everyone around them. And my family are my unsung heroes to me, because they've helped me be who I am today, and they've really shaped who I've become. Now, especially my sister Christina. When she was 12 years old, I was born. And this was a rare condition that she had never heard of before, and she didn't really know what was going on when I was younger. But she had always been there for me and our family, and always through my life, lows and highs, my sister has always been there for me and has never given up. She was there for me in hospital and gave me my courage to carry on. Then suddenly, her life changed, and our world stopped as a family. I realized it was time for me to be there for my sister. She was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and in the final stages known as diabetic ketoacidosis. And despite this, she finished her degree in university and went back to work to looking after students. I may be in the news or have helped many people who have suffered from bullying, but without my sister, I wouldn't be where I am today. And by guiding and mentoring me, she has helped countless people. So while I never will be able to give back the time and effort she's given to me, I will try by keeping and going on with the work that I'm doing. And, she gave me hope. So from that hope, you must make something of your life and go that extra step. And she has given me this hope. And I hope to be someone to stand out, not by my face, but my actions. And for someone to give me hope is something that I can never get over, or forget, or take for granted. She's given me hope because she has stood by me, corrected me when I was wrong, helped me to become a better version of myself. And from that hope, I stand where I am today. Sometimes it takes meeting an inspirational person to give you hope. I really honestly have to thank Fred so much for believing in me and giving me some amazing gifts, and has always encouraged me to go forward with the work that I do. And meeting Fred in person was also an amazing opportunity that I got, especially when I was presented with the Diner Legacy Award later, to meet again afterwards and at the British Citizen Youth Award. And it was just kind of a dream come true. Now, to give me to be an honorary member of the school, and each year, every year out, to meet for the Anti-Bullying Week is very special to me. They have not only become a part of my friend group, but they've also become some sort of family, and it is absolutely amazing to be speaking. And may it long continue, because it's absolutely amazing work. And you must try to do your best to try and stand out from other people. And there is this little girl named Luna who has the same condition as me, CMN, and she is getting treatment right now, and it must be a very tough time as I've been through it. And her every single day she has this facial difference, and CMN just like me, and hopefully we can find a cure for this disease. And her family are heroes as well, and she's helped me so much. And Harmony for Hope, a young girl who's also amazing with her journey and is loved by so many in the world, and she has become a British Rose as well. Stan for Mario, he started his campaign because he wanted to put an end to bullying. He started placing buddy benches in schools across USA for children to make new friends. And it has been an amazing journey that I had. A girl named Anne Frank had and gave hope a legacy that will be remembered throughout history. George Floyd as well, and so many others who have suffered at the hands of ones in the power and have misused it, and ones that have given us disillusioned hope that we can think never be achieved. But Black Lives Matter stand up and to say everyone must listen to the many years of injustice that I've put on people because of the colour of their skin. And it is great to see people campaigning for it, as it is definitely a massive impact that's affecting the world every day. But never lose the sight of hope, and never forget the tragic loss of lives that have been taken in regards to their own individual hope. Now, children of today all have hope for a better future, regardless of their differences. They're all achieving incredible goals and dreams that are so well deserved. Also, another kind of hope for children have been born in a year where this pandemic has been very difficult for parents, carers, children, and the elderly as well, and it has been so hard on all of us. Now, I did a mural at the beginning of the pandemic, and it was about hope. I want it to be my last remembrance for all of the lost voices. So tragically, this bullying has taken away. It was a time where everyone united in their hope and became one together. Now, so I ask you to look at the person next to you, or the next person that you speak to, and you hope that they can achieve all of the dreams that they want. And if you don't hope, and it's just so much harder in life, and no matter how many times you've been pushed down, the one thing that you can turn back on is hope. And I will leave you here with this: write your hopes down on a piece of paper and then try your hardest to achieve it, because you can, and maybe your hope will be a reality one day. And I wish you all the best for the future. Thank you.